With day 2 of the 1v1Me Season 0 2v2 My Player League coming to an end, we've seen a lot of teams move up into playoff contention and some teams move out. Now, if you don't know what the 1v1Me Season 0 2v2 My Player League is, it is an 18-team league where all the top 2v2 players play in an 8-week season to fight for a chance to win a $1,000 prize and to stick with their teammate. All right, like I said, 8 teams make the playoffs. 8 teams make the playoffs. The 10 teams that don't, they face relegation or having to go back and redraft for a new teammate. All right, playoffs start on April 7th. Gonna be super lit. To kick off our day 2 of week 8, we seen Team Toxic with the #1 spot, Team Takeover Season with the #2 spot, Team 2K Twins with the #3 spot, Team Stage Piece with the #4, Team Drew DF with the #5 spot, and Team Paris AI with the #6. Team Chad Benz with the #7 spot, and Team 2Tech with the #8 spot. All right, all the teams you see 9 through 18, if playoffs was to start right now, they would be either facing relegation from the league or having to go back to redraft. Top 8 teams you see, if playoffs was to start now, they would be in the playoffs. All right, and if you don't know how King of the Hill style works, if you see the list, like for example, if #11 Streaky right there beats #5 Drew, #11 Streaky would jump to #5. Everybody below that person they jumped would drop down. Okay, that's how it works. So like 2Tech would be out. That's just an example of how the King of the Hill style works when it comes to these rankings. All right, for our first matchup of day 2, we seen Team Young Dirk, the #15 team, going against Team Drew DF, the #5 team. All right, Team Drew DF is in that playoff contention with being #5 out of the top 8, and Young Dirk has had some struggles, but he's looking to jump all the way from 15 to #5 with this opportunity right here to start off the day. And what does he do? Him and SwagX Godly come out and put a 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep on Team Drew DF to jump 10 spots from #15 way out of playoff contention into playoff contention with taking that #5 spot and moving Drew DF down to the #6 spot. Another matchup we seen was Team Takeover Season versus Team 2Tech. Team Takeover Season, the #2 team, starting out this day against the #8 Team 2Tech. Team 2Tech barely hanging on to that playoff contention spot, looking to rise, but they fall completely short, losing 2-0 to Team Takeover Season. Team Takeover Season put a 21-11 beating on them in game 2 to hold their #2 spot for now. Getting into our next matchup on day 2, we seen Team Chad Benz, #7 Team Chad Benz at that, going against the #4 Team Stage Piece. Team Chad Benz not satisfied and knowing they don't have a lot of chances to stay in playoff contention this week with their schedule compared to a lot of others, so they know they got to fight and win all their games for this last week going into playoffs. So what do? They come out and put a 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep, beating Team Stage Piece in game 2 22-13 to jump from #7 to a semi-comfortable spot in #4, because y'all know how the King of the Hill ladder works. We still got a lot of days left, so they could fall easily with a lot of the bottom teams rise into the leaderboards. Another very important matchup we seen was the #14 team, Team Dribbling, going against the #2 team, Team Takeover Season. All right, Team Dribbling have had struggles all year, argue chemistry issues, but they've been turning it around heading into this matchup, winning 4 games straight. But Team Takeover Season was just as hot as well, winning 4 games straight going into this as well, and it ended up with Team Takeover Season putting the beats on Team Dribbling, winning 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep, and an impressive 21-3 victory over them in game 2, keeping them out of playoff contention and keeping the leaderboards at balance for now. Another exciting matchup that we seen on our day 2 of week 8 was #7 Drew DF back again, but this time to go against the #12 team, Team Streaky. All right, Team Streaky out of playoff contention going into this matchup, looking to fight for that spot. Even though he knows it's #7 and they're barely hanging on in there, they just want to feel comfortable being in that playoff contention spot. That's what a lot of teams just want to feel comfortable with, just having a spot for the time being, even though they could lose it at any time with the King of the Hill style. But Team Streaky came out and they did not disappoint. They put a 2-0 sweep so we could go to sleep on Team Drew DF. Drew DF losing for the second time today by 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep with Streaky and RC putting a 21-7 beating on them in game 2. All right, and to conclude our day 2 of week 8 of the 1v1Me Season 0 2v2 My Player League matchups, we are back again for the 3rd time with Team Drew DF After losing 2-0 sweep so we could go to sleep 2 times today, they're looking to turn it around against the number 10 Team 2-Tac. Team 2-Tac number 10 going into this. Team Drew dropped all the way down to number 8, barely hanging on, with Team Drew DF still having the struggles, losing 3 times on the day, losing this matchup right here 21-9 in a 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep. The Team 2-Tac, Team Drew DF looking kind of bad going into this week. Hopefully they can turn around and maybe make a playoff push, but we're just gonna have to see as the week continues. All right, y'all, and that concludes our day 2 of week 3 of the 1v1Me season 0 2v2 My Player League matches. For our number 1 team, we seen Team Toxic, Team Takeover Season still holding that number 2 spot. Team 2K Twins still holding that number 3 spot. Team Chapman's moving to number 4. Team Stage Piece in the number 5. Young Dirk moving to number 6 spot. Team Streaky in that number 7 spot now. Team 2-Tac barely hanging on with the number 8 spot, and Team Drew DF out now in the number 9 spot. As you see, all the teams 9 through 18, have to fight heavy this week to find themselves a top 8 spot to make it into that April 7th playoffs. Because if they don't, they face relegation or going back to the draft, the player pool, or being a captain and getting a new teammate. So if they really want to keep their teammate, they got to get into playoffs, make that top 8 so they can have the option to, or they got to win it all to get that $1,000 prize and to see them and their teammate can make a dynasty.